Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of the Indian Filmmaker. Whoa, it definitely feels good to be back, I know you guys must be thinking that why haven't we uploaded any content since a year? Some of you must be really waiting with all the patience you have for our videos. And let me tell you just one thing, that we are filmmakers and we get better with age. So without wasting any time, let me take you on a colorful ride, because today's episode is all about color grading and the importance of color grading. So color grading is the most vital part in finalizing the color tones of your image. So if you take a look at this shot, which I am in right now, it's not like the previous shot. Everything in the frame has changed, from the lighting, the location. And let me remind you that this shot is not even color graded. So let us now start with the color grading process. So if this is your editing window, then you gotta go to the effects panel and type in lumetri color and drag and drop that effect onto your footage. So then you go to the effects control, and let us now start with the basic color grading. So what I first do is I adjust the highlights by decreasing them, but in this case I won't decrease them a lot because this absolutely looks good to me. The next step is I increase the shadows. What I usually do is like always slightly over increase the shadows a bit, not in this case because there's a lot of details already. So I might just increase the shadows a bit and not overdo it. So these might not be the same steps which you need to follow. You can always keep on tweaking according to the needs of your movie or content. So the next step which I do is I adjust the whites. Now adjusting whites, you should be really careful with it because you can affect the sky, you can affect everything in the frame which has white. So be really careful that without affecting anything, just increase your whites a bit if required. So the next step which I do is I adjust the blacks. I decrease the blacks a bit so that I could balance out the shadows, but I don't over decrease the blacks because it might look like too punchy and too contrasty kind of a feel, but I don't like it. So I just balance out the shadows basically with the blacks. And the next step which I do is it also completely depends upon you, your choice, adjusting the white balance. Now I like the icy blue sky and a bit of slightest pinkish tint to the footage because it looks absolutely good to me. It completely depends upon you what you do with the white balance. So the next step is I adjust the exposure and the contrast. In exposure, I don't overdo it. I just go maximum till +1 and minimum till -1. I don't go beyond that because the footage starts getting to kind of burnt, and starts becoming a bit pixelated. So I increase it in just 0.2 in plus or minus. In this case, I don't think I will be increasing or decreasing the exposure. The contrast, this is the final step which I do, adjust the contrast. It also completely depends upon you. Some people like it over punchy and contrasty, and some people like it a faded kind of a look. But I kind of balance it. I keep it real, almost real, according to the needs of the video or the film or anything. So the next step which I do is, this is the final step, I apply the desired LUT to it. The LUT is a lookup table, and according to your camera, you should be familiar with LUTs. So I just select this one, and now it doesn't suit the footage. You obviously need to tweak a bit after applying the LUT, slightly adjust the settings. So let us now compare how this shot originally looked like when it started, because remember, it was not color graded, now it's color graded. So are you watching closely? This is the after, obviously, and now boom, this is the before. No kidding, seriously. So that's how important color grading is. This is absolutely the most important step which I feel. So this is probably every other YouTube tutorial you must be seeing about color grading, right? But remember, this isn't an ordinary channel. Color grading is the most impactful tweaks you can make to your work once it's been shot. It has the potential to elevate a good image to great and great image to an outstanding. Well, I'm not going to explain you the color correction workflow as of now, but I'm going to tell you why the use of specific color tones is important. Schindler's List, the movie made by G.O.D. Steven Spielberg himself, was actually shot in a black and white format, even when the color format was introduced way back before 1993. I mean, have you ever asked yourself this question, why did Steven Spielberg take the huge decision of shooting it in black and white format? By the way, have you even watched the film yet? If not, then you know what to do next or after watching this video. See, color correction should not be random and out of the blue just because you love the colors from the movies you like. I've seen many Bollywood movies with the same specific glamorous tone with an oversaturated tint. I mean, that completely looks absurd at times and it does not even support the theme of the movie. But on the other side, I've even seen better Bollywood movies such as Dangal, Tamasha, Bhag Milka Bhag and many more, which have a specific, dedicated and authentic color tone to it. I mean, that tone is achieved purposely with a reason, so that looks absolutely amazing. The question still remains unanswered. Why was Schindler's List shot in black and white? The answer to that lies in the story and the message the film tried to portray throughout. Steven Spielberg actually wanted to add an extra layer of horrific realism to the movie. As the film is based on real events and Holocaust was the darkest chapter in history, so it cannot be shown in color format. The entire opening sequence of the movie is shot in color format and it fades out to black and white when the candle extinguishes. I mean, I love the use of the transition because it just gets you into that era. And there is one more specific iconic sequences in the movie. Warning, spoiler alert. Yup, you guessed it right. It's the girl in the red coat sequence, which describes so much with all that intensity without even saying a word. See, this is what exactly filmmaking is all about. Well, here in this scene, Steven Spielberg actually wanted to show the innocence of the Jews being slaughtered. That's just an absolutely extraordinary way to show symbolism. Oh God, that is the reason why I love Steven Spielberg. Well, that's enough of thematic knowledge for the day, and now let's move on to the next part, that is the technical aspect of color grading. Well, the sun has been set down right now and I am not enjoying in this location, so let's just switch it. Well, this location absolutely feels good, and yeah, lighting is one of the most important elements to match certain color tones. So as beginners, not everybody has the option to keep a proper lighting setup throughout, provided that you have a good budget for the film, and not only film, even your YouTube videos for instance, but you do get enough of free light from nature, so use it cleverly. So what about the different weather conditions? Color tones also depends on what kind of weather it's being shot in, especially for outdoor shots and shots like these. Weather can also create a huge impact on your final graded footage. To explain this better, let us now cut to a different location with the same climate. If you're watching this video till now, you might have observed some really good colors throughout, I hope. Well, that is because we have shot this entire episode in the golden hour period of the day. So always try shooting in the golden hour of the day. If you shoot when the sun is too heavy and the light is too sharp, then you might get harsh shadows and blown out highlights in the sky. So there is less information that the camera can capture. And if the camera captures less, then not even God can help you on the editing table. The golden light stays for a shorter period of time. So shooting for just 5 to 10 minutes a day can take a lot of weeks to complete your shoot. But if you keep working hard, stay consistent, and plan your schedule accordingly, then you might be definitely stunned by the results in the end. So here at the Indian Filmmaker, I strive on working towards perfection and give justice to the script and every video that we make. So this is like the most important tip which I would like to share with you guys for color grading. I personally follow this, and this goes with everyone else. Always prefer color grading your footage in a dark room because you might get the best results from your monitor and your color grade as well. Always check your work with fresh eyes the next day because this might help you to know your mistakes really fast. And also, before finalizing your grade, check your work on multiple monitors before going ahead with it. So with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next episode of the playlist. If you're watching this video till now, then don't forget to give us a like, and please share this video with your friends who you might think are interested in filmmaking. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please do. Please click on the subscribe button. Over and out.